talk about the fun you had hitting a couple home runs and you all winning.
It was a lot of fun. It was really great to get back on the ball field and get the team back on track and winning some ball games. So, it's always fun when you're winning, so it felt good.
Talk about going to Florida and having to play those guys.
Well, we already faced them this year, and so we know they're the environment of the fans, and we have a lot of experience with that. But they're a very great team. We're going to have to be on our A game to come out of there with 2 wins. So.
Does this compare at all to UCLA last year where you guys had to go on the road?
I mean, it's the same feel. They're a higher seed than us, and we're obviously not. We're pretty low seeded, I believe. But, I mean, we're just going to go out there and play our game and put no pressure on us. We're out there to have fun and, get 2 wins.
What was successful for you this weekend? That was your first home run in a while. What was the change? Was there just locked in more or scouting, or what was the maybe change for you this weekend?
I've been trying to keep hitting a lot more simple lately. I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself during the SEC play. And then around, I guess, Georgia, I started to get more base hits as singles, so my confidence has started to go up. But then it felt good to get the monkey off my back this past weekend and get one over the fence, so that felt good.
How much confidence do you guys have defensively and offensively, knowing that 33 is in that circle majority of the time and has the ability to shut down anyone in the country?
Oh, of course. We have all the confidence in the world in Kelsey. She obviously has shown that last year. She's just going to do her thing, and it's our jobs as defense to back her up when we need to. So.
But the pitching staff as a whole has been pretty good this
year
as well.
Very good.
Aaron and Shannon and Megan have all pitched well. Talk about that a little bit.
Oh, it's great because Kelsey hasn't been worn out as much this year, and it's just really nice to take Kelsey off the mound and have the confidence in somebody else to get a win as well. So.
Just talk about making the super regionals and what that means for you guys.
Well, it's a goal. We started out at the beginning of the year, and we work hard for the goals that we set throughout the season. So. It's a big accomplishment for us to be able to go to Super Regionals for the 3rd time.
What kind of season would you say you all have had so far this year?
Well, it's been shaky, and it's definitely not gone the way we wanted it to. But, you just got to keep working and keep at it, and hopefully, the results will end up where you want them to be.
What about for you? You kind of struggled. You had a spot there in the middle of the season where you struggled a little bit, but now you're throwing it so much better. What's different?
Just it's a new day every day. You just got to go out and forget about, what happened yesterday and just focus on every next pitch because that's what's most important.
Obviously, the Baltimore series is on the line, so how do you keep your composure going with this?
Then again, you just got to realize, you got to keep in mind why you play the game and just go out there and stay calm and, just try to act like you're just out there pitching. It's just another game, another day.
Florida obviously the #1 seed in the country, but you guys competed down there against them earlier in April. Talk about that series and the experience you'll gain from seeing this team and these hitters before.
Well, I thought that we did pretty well that weekend. I mean, we didn't get the results that we wanted, but we fought pretty well, and we played good defense and made good contact at the plate. So I'm hoping that we can carry what we learned from those losses into this weekend.
Offensively, the team did better this weekend. As a pitcher, you need some offense. From your standpoint, how more comfortable are you on the mound knowing that they're swinging the bats a little bit better right now?
It gives me a great feeling. It gives me a little, it's positive. It gives me some support. So it's awesome to know that they're behind me and they're working hard to try and put runs on the board.
Is there ever a question in your mind when you're in the circle on the pitch that she calls and if it's if it's the right one at the right time?
Sometimes, but for the most part, I trust her because I know that she studies and she does everything she can.
You guys have been here before last year, obviously going to UCLA and winning that one. Can you take anything away from that one and apply it to going to Florida this week?
Right. Well, it's kind of the same deal where we're the underdog and we're not really expected to win, so we're just going to go in there and we have no pressure, so let's just go in there and play hard.
Talk about Griffin being behind the plate and the relationship that you two guys have and how comfortable it is throwing to her.
I love Griffin. She's awesome. She really makes me a better pitcher, and she's just awesome. She's the best catcher I've ever had, so knowing that she's behind there just makes me feel loose.
Describe your season so far.
Oh, well, I would say we've had some really good moments and we've had some other things we really need to work on. So I think that the beginning of the year we started out hot, which was nice. So that gave us the RPI points that we needed so that we could get to the postseason. The regular season was trying from the standpoint of we had a really tough schedule. We didn't gain any momentum and we had a hard time finishing games. So that was a little bit disheartening. But now it was nice to be able to get back home, have about a week and a half to really focus on some things. So now I think we're back into what we normally do, which is play pretty good defense and pitch and get the timely situational hit. So I think overall this season, it's not been our best season from the standpoint of we didn't do as well in regular season as we'd like to, but we're exactly where we have been in the past. So I guess at the end of the day, you're still trying to win your national championship.
This is kind of like the UCLA scenario, isn't it? I mean, you guys aren't expected to go down there and win.
Yes. Well, the one thing about softball in this part of the country is we could be probably number 5 in the country and we're not expected to go down and win. So that's something that we've always been used to. This is our 7th straight postseason. Every year we seem to be the underdog. So that's a role we're used to. Florida's a very good team. It's different from the standpoint is we're both very familiar with each other. Playing an SEC team's a lot different than going out of conference. So it is a similar scenario in that we're the underdog and we're going to have to do something pretty exceptional to win.
Have you raised the bar enough that maybe 5 years ago this would be deemed a great season, but because you've had so much success now you're disappointed?
Oh, without a question. I mean, if you took this team and it was 5 years ago, everybody would think we were great. But it's kind of like Kentucky basketball. If Kentucky basketball just gets to the Sweet 16, it's an okay season. Kentucky basketball, they're expected to be in the Final Four, win the national championship. So we're not Kentucky basketball, but we're definitely in the realm where we're one of only, I think, 9 teams that have been to 4 straight supers, or 3 straight supers. So it's one of those things where now when you're as good as you are, everybody expects that you go to the World Series all the time.
Did you guys have a little bit of a confidence problem with the SEC not going the way you'd hoped?
No, I don't think it was a confidence issue. I don't think we played well. So I think when you don't play well and you're playing the best teams in the country, you lose. I mean, I think it's kind of that simple. I don't think we had a confidence issue so much as at the end of games we were just getting beat. We weren't making good pitches, or if we did make a good pitch, we didn't make a good stop. We just weren't very good at that time. But I think now, with some work, I think they feel confident that they're back to what they do well.
Do you like playing on the road? Do you like this kind of a situation?
No, I mean, you always want to play at home. You want to be in front of your fans. We have a great fan base, especially for SEC games and postseason games. We turn out as well as anybody does in the country. So you prefer to be at home. The nice thing about being on the road, though, is there's no distractions. Everybody gets to stay together. So from that standpoint, I think it's a good thing. But you always want to play in front of the Big Blue Nation.
What's the game plan the rest of this week leading up?
Yeah, I don't really know. It depends. It's really going to depend on how the first game goes. When you're in super regionals as opposed to regionals, the thing that we found out last year, if you want to win a national championship, you've got to make sure that you have a pitching staff. So it's going to be important. You can't just ride one pitcher through the end of supers, and you certainly can if you want to go further than that. So we're not really sure how it's going to happen. I expect that you're going to see everyone on our staff go in there and throw some innings. So it's just going to depend on if we need like Reth Lake to come in to close or if Megan Prince is going to be a starter. A lot of it's going to depend on how we do game 1.